Today I'm going to be talking about comparing a non-medical home care agency versus a home health agency. So I'm going to dive in here and I'll just do a quick comparison. I know those of you that are watching are probably curious on which one and what the differences are. A lot of our clients and students that are in my home care agency blueprint program are asking these questions prior to coming on board with us, and I just thought it'd be great to make a video about it. So we'll just jump in here. And welcome to my channel. My name is Scott McKenzie, and I am the founder of Golden Age Companions, a non-medical home care agency based in Irvine, California. We have been in business since 2011 and have generated over $8 million of revenue. I also own a company called Home Care Agency Blueprint, and that is a company that is designed to help you start your own home care business for yourself. And so today I'll be jumping in this lesson to just encourage you guys on what you need to know in figuring out if you want to do a home care business or a home health care business. Alrighty, so jumping in here, I'm going to discuss first what a home care agency is, also called a non-medical home care agency. You'll hear that language when I'm introducing Golden Age Companions. It's okay to just say home care agency, but I like to say non-medical. Essentially what that is it's, we provide, light housekeeping, meal preparation, it's any personal care, hygiene assistance, transferring assistance, of course, companionship, and it could even be like medication reminders. The key there is reminders, not medication management. Those are two totally different things. So the key, at least in California, and I know this is across most of the United States, the key difference from what a home care agency can do and a home health care agency can do is a home health care agency can do wound care, like open wound, and they could do injections like IV injections, or say it's even like hospice, like they do injections as well. So that for a home care agency, home care business, you cannot do wound care or injections. That's no. And the other thing is, most of your caregiving staff are companion caregivers, so they're people that, the main thing that they need are CPR, first aid. They've got to have their background checks, and then whatever your state has on their licensing, under your home care agency licensing, they have criteria. Every state's a little different on what's required, even if they're just, like in California, we call them home care aides, and those are people that have got to be registered as an HCA with California Social Services. They're tied to your home care agency, and there's like a whole process to make sure essentially that they're live scanned and background checked and everything is tracked. So coming back to what a home care business is for you, when you're deciding if you would like to do a home care versus home health, look at your market demand in your local area. If you already work in the healthcare field, you may already know, there's a lot of people that need home care services. They need a sitter. People don't realize that a home care agency can also provide a companion. A sitter would go into a hospital. So, there's big cases, 8-hour shifts, 5, 6, 7 days a week of sitters that a caregiver can be set up there. So that's something that a home care agency can provide. In regards to staffing, the key thing here is the amount of hours. So typically for a home care agency, a caregiver can be scheduled, as if you want to do as low as 2-hour shifts, but ideally you're doing 4, 6, 8, even 12-hour shifts. And those are where, like, oftentimes Golden Age Companions, we work with home health agencies, home health care, and they basically provide the nurses to come in to do the wound care or the IV injections. The third thing that I didn't even put in this worksheet is hospice companies. We've worked with hospice companies, and they have RNs and LVNs that can come in and provide the medical treatments for the patients. And then our caregivers are providing all the light housekeeping, the bathing, say they're on hospice, it's turning them over in bed. It's, every couple hours, it's making sure that, they're preparing their food and just everything around the house. So that's the great thing about home care is there's a lot of billing hours, potentially. There's a lot of billing hours in it. Now, the hourly rate is usually a little less, though, because you're not placing in an RN, of course, or an LVN requires a higher hourly, not only wage, but you can charge more. So for home care, you're paying the caregivers less because they're less experienced. They're less, they don't have as much credentials. But you're also charging less. So for example, a caregiver could be getting paid $20 an hour and you're charging, 37 to 42 an hour for home care services. Sometimes it's 18 an hour for the caregiver and 35 an hour for the client. Now I'm just giving this is like general. So keep in mind your local market and state and county and everything is a little different. I'm talking about Southern California experience here. So, and we're in February of 2024. So that's what it is. Now, payments for services is typically out of pocket for a home care agency. That's, they just pay for the care. There's a couple different ways that a client can pay, either electronically online through your invoices. And by the way, my home care agency blueprint program, we actually train you and set you up on how to take payments from clients and get the payment processor and everything all set up. So that's just, part of our program. And of course, we set up entire home care businesses. So this is just what we do. But yeah, so the payment is usually through out of pocket and then long-term care insurance. There's a couple different ways to do that. You could bill out the patient directly and then they pay for the care, say weekly, and then you send the invoices off to long-term care insurance companies and then they would reimburse the family. Other times, I know some home care agencies set up where they send the invoices and care logs to the insurance and then they just get paid from the insurance company. Generally, the rule of thumb is it's 3 to 5 weeks that the insurance companies will pay. I know like one of our long-term clients we currently have, it's every 20 to 25 days they pay. So they essentially pay 3 invoices at a time. So that can mess up your AR a little bit if you have too many of those clients or you don't structure ahead of time with the family to have them pay for it up front. So that's home care. Now, home health, I already kind of went into a little bit of that. The actual definition here is, it's skilled nursing, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, medical social services. So, the frequency that a home health care agency generally provides care are like, they may bill out by the visit. Oftentimes it's by the visit, and it could even be hundreds of dollars a visit, or it's a 2-hour visit, and they only bill generally they'll bill like Medi-Cal, or in California it's Medi-Cal, but Medicare. So you're billing insurances directly, and that's something that it's a whole nother thing when invoicing and billing insurances, because then there's all the codes and everything and keeping track of the reimbursements and everything. So that's something that home health is essentially, it's all medical. And then, the other difference is like doctors provide orders that they need this. So like a doctor may tell, Susie Q that she must have a physical therapist come to the house 3 days a week, every, like at noon or something. And then the nice thing is, so just keep in mind, if you're looking to starting a home care business, you partner up with one of these home health care companies. And then when they have a client that they're, providing 3 days a week at noon or whatever, say for example, that often that client will also need home care services. So they may need, meal preparation in the morning, or light housekeeping, or they might need afternoon help, or maybe around the clock help. So that's just something that people don't really talk about in this business, is that's a very good way of getting patients, and vice versa. When you have a client that you're providing full-time care for, or even if it is part-time, they might eventually need like wound services, someone to come in to tend their wound, and that's where you would refer to that home health company. So the barrier to entry to get into home health is a little higher. The startup costs are definitely more expensive. I already covered the payment is through Medicare, Medicaid, and then also in regards to staffing, you are required to hire RNs, LPNs, physical therapists. So the credentialing is much more strict, and you're just hiring like I don't even want to say a higher caliber person, but you're just hiring someone that just has a lot more licenses. So obviously the pay is more, you're charging more for services, but you're also billing less hours. So the best thing when deciding between each one, you probably already know just by listening to me which one would be a best fit for you, and that's something just to consider. So home health is less hours but higher hourly rates, and you're more on like the medical side of things. I know that there's a lot more licensing that goes into getting a home health agency set up, and you're also handling licensed people to go out. Now, I do know some people that get in the home care space, and then they end up starting a actual home health care company in addition as a sister brand, and you are allowed to do that. And at least in California, you're allowed to do that. So you basically refer to yourself, and that's really a great thing. Now, as long as you have like the capital and the management and the team to handle that, but definitely getting inside of the home care realm is going to be a lot easier. And just if you're looking at just getting in this business, even if you're a healthcare professional, that's just an easier kind of like pill to swallow than getting into like home health. But yeah, you decide for yourself, and I hope this video has been helpful. If you haven't already, if you could please like and subscribe. And then also in the description below, we have there's my Calendly link. You can book a call directly with me, and it's about our home care agency blueprint program. So that's the program to help you start up your own home care business, or scale your current one if you have one that you want to scale. So we have different packages available, and it's not a franchise setup. It's essentially consulting, and you also get one-on-one consulting. You get me, and depending what package you choose, we have packages that are more like done with you packages, and we have packages that are done for you, where we will my team and I will essentially set up your home care business for you. All right, so that is the home care agency versus home health care agency setup. I want to do kind of like a candid bonus at the end here. First off, there is a bonus worksheet that I have. It is essentially helping you decide if you want to take the home health route or the home care route. There's certain questions in there that you can ask yourself. So that's in the link. There's a link in the description below about that. And then also, I just want to say thank you so much for coming to my channel and watch my videos. I am so inspired by all of our students that are signing up and the success that they're getting, and all the questions, and I super appreciate everybody coming to my channel and supporting me and being here. I'm going to continue to post more and more videos. My goal is to get as much information as I can out here on my channel. It seems there's very limited information on somebody that has as much experience over a decade of being in this business, and that is my goal. I want to share as much information that is in my brain as I can. I almost want to say I could essentially create probably 1,000 videos on all kinds of topics. I mean, I haven't even gotten into the intricate details of going out and doing in-home assessments, or how to hire a caregiver not showing up on a case, or ways to recruit the best caregivers, and there's so many other videos that I am going to be creating. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the next videos. Thank you so much.